Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite morning show. It's Wake Up and Ball, powered by BetUS, the number one online sports book, folks. We missed you. We had a long wait for this show to be back because of that holiday season. We had a crazy week in the NFL come to an end, right? We have another game tonight, I believe, but still, the point still stands. Or is there a game tonight? I don't even know. The reality is the playoff picture is pretty much set. Week 18 is going to be wild. I'm excited to get into business. Tony, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Woo! How you feeling, my friend? Good morning.
I'm feeling great, Richie, man. It's just, especially when your favorite football team is still in playoff contention in the last few weeks of the season, baby. Super Bowl bound. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, man. Let's get into it. Welcome to the huddle, baby.
Welcome to what?
I'm saying the huddle. Welcome to Wake Up and Ball and the huddle, baby. Make sure y'all check us out 3 p.m., 4 p.m., Monday through Friday on the huddle. BetUS TV. Let's get it.
Damn. All right. We are back on not the huddle. That's later today at 3 p.m. Dan Mitchell will not be on the huddle with us later again.
Really?
By the way, it's going to be us two. Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's going to be us two right now and us two later today on the huddle. So, guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. Really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button as well. We are nearing 19,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. It'll mean a lot to us if you guys can subscribe to the channel. Much love to everybody. TD, how was your holiday season? How was Christmas with the family, man?
It was good, man. As usual, baby's happy, wife happy. That's what matters, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughing, a lot of cheering. But yeah, man, that's what it's about, man. That's what the holidays, making sure everybody gets together and enjoy the love they have for each other, man. What about you, man? What happened? What's going on in New York? How's the family, man? How did Christmas go for you guys?
It was great, man. We were with my niece for her first Christmas. The baby is absolutely adorable. Yeah, she is something special. Unfortunately, she may be a Buffalo Bills baby, but she's also a New York Knicks baby, so it balances it out, TD. It balances it out because, her father, who's my brother-in-law, every time the Jets play the Bills, he has to come on my stream and send me a super chat, and all the super chat said was Josh Allen. And I'm like, oh, man, Michael, you really had to rub it in. But outside of that, man, the holiday season was great. We're excited. Now we got the new year on the horizon. Woo! So much cooking up. So everybody in the chat, hope you all had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year that awaits. All right? So there was so much that happened across the NFL, even in the NBA. And guess what? I want to start off with the NBA before we get deep into the NFL. How about that, TD?
Let's do it.
Because the New York Knicks have won 7 straight games, TD. 7 in a row. What do you got to say about that? Jalen Brunson coming off a 55-point game, a thrilling overtime victory. The Knicks are only 1 game back from the Boston Celtics in the NBA standings. 1 game back. Your thoughts of the New York Knicks? Every other night there's somebody going off. It's Karl-Anthony Towns for 40. It's Brunson for 55. It's Bridges on Christmas Day getting 40 plus. It's OG getting 40. The Knicks are dangerous. I don't want to get your thoughts because the Knicks are 1 game back from your Boston Celtics.
This ain't news, Richie. We've seen this. We've seen this before.
No, we haven't.
We've seen it. Well, didn't they have a winning streak earlier in the season?
Not like this. Not 7 in a row.
Doesn't matter. Who did they play? Any notable, like real notable wins?
Win is a win. Come
on. See, Richie, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. A win
Since
is a
they
win.
lost in that NBA Cup game against the Hawks, they haven't lost, okay? That's all that matters.
Listen, well, first of all, you say they were going to win the NBA Cup, so that didn't turn out to be accurate.
They don't really care about that.
But Richie, listen, the Knicks are playing good ball. They are a great team. They are a great team, and they are to be contended with. But come on, let's not kid ourselves and act like they can actually contend with the Boston Celtics when it matters most. All right, when it all comes down to it, we'll see how it ends. Closer, like March. When March comes around, that's when we're going to
start playing our best ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if it's better than it is now, then hey, you got a real shot. But right now, y'all living off of a high. Every team, all the good teams go through this. Now, who can keep playing like this and who can sustain maybe an injury or two? Because this is the NBA. We know it happens, right? Who's going to be able to ride that out? Who has the depth? When a guy goes out for a week or a guy goes out for 2 weeks, who has the depth to sustain? But the Knicks playing great basketball. I'm not going to take that away from them right there with the Celtics. And the Cavs still balling now. No, that's not like the Cavs ain't still leading the way balling. But this is your top. This is your top of your, Eastern Conference. And those are the teams that are real threats. I had high praise for Orlando early on. I think they're starting to come down to earth a little bit. Still a good team. But
they got hit with the injury bug. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, the Heat still in the fray. The Bucks. I never respected Atlanta. But all those teams still in the fray, man. Who's down there at number 16?
There's no 16. It's 15 teams.
15, yeah, my bad.
Wizards.
Hold on. Let me see if they're climbing out of the dumps. Where's
Sixers?
the 76ers?
Yeah, they're 11.
Hey, but you never know, Richie. It's a lot of time because you've been getting on them a lot. Isn't the play-in?
Of course.
Isn't the play-in like
10.
7 through 10?
Yeah, the Sixers are going to make the playoffs. We all know that. It's just funny to see their start off to the season being bad. That they got a hill to climb. They got an uphill battle to get to the playoffs while the Knicks are trying to contend. I'm probably gonna have to say this. The Knicks are going to face off against the Sixers in the first round again. I mean, the Sixers had the same issue last year. Some Knicks fans were kind of scared, like, oh my God, why do we have to face this? We're the 2nd seed, but we still got to face the 76ers as the 7th seed. Like, that's scary. I wasn't scared. I was like, bring them on, man. Like, you can't have that feared mindset. If you got to be the best, you got to beat the best. And the Knicks beat them in 6. So give me the Sixers again in round 1 if we had to. So that's the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is heating up as well. The Thunder are running away. 11 straight wins for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it is getting wild over there. The Lakers are starting to get hot as well. The Timberwolves may be finding some rhythm after their, early woes after their trade. So we shall see what the NBA is cooking up as we enter the new year of 2025. Excited to see what is on the horizon for them. All right. Now, getting straight into football. Now, the rest of the show is going to be all football related, guys, because the Jets got blown out. The Dolphins got a win because Tua didn't play. And they are right on the horizon. Sam Darnold goes out there and dominates. Okay? Woo! Sam Darnold, man. Oh, I miss you, Sam. I mean, there's so much storylines. The Bengals, that Commanders Falcons. TD, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know. We have people in the chat that's itching for some football talk. Football talk starts now, guys. Don't you freaking worry in the chat. Everybody at least hit the like button right now. At least hit the like button now. We're entering the football talk. TD, what game do we get into first? Because there's so many. That's
a great question. Let's start at the top, Richie. Green Bay, Minnesota. Let's go ahead and do it because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but what I tell you, man.
No. Don't you dare say that. What did I tell you? Before.
No.
Yeah, you're going to say, like, this is your team. TD, we got to go back into the huddle lore of how many times I said, watch out for the Vikings with Sam Darnold, and you kept laughing at me, saying, seeing ghosts, Sam? You were laughing at my face. So don't you make it seem like you're the one running this victory lap with these Minnesota Vikings because you joined the bandwagon when they started playing well. I was on the Vikings bandwagon before the season began and said that they'd be better off starting Sam Darnold over J.J. McCarthy.
Richie, I remember those days. I'm not going to front. But you didn't believe it.
Yes, I did.
You didn't think that the Vikings were going to be in this situation. Stop it.
I saw what they did with Josh Downs last year for a few games. I believed in Kevin O'Connell and that team around Sam that this is the best situation Sam's ever been in, and we're going to see his full potential unlocked. And here it is. Look at that. You see that champagne shower? My boy Sam, man, it makes me emotional.
Well, all I'm saying to you, Richie, is this. Around week 6, I knew what the Minnesota Vikings were. And I told everybody, man, the Minnesota Vikings are about to go on a run, and I think they're going to win the NFC North. I didn't know they were going to have a chance to win the NFC, but I said they were going to win in the NFC North over the Lions. Everybody laughed at me. Here we are.
Wow. And TD, I knew at this Look at this. I knew this time. I knew 5 years. This is when I knew. 7 years ago.
Man, that is crazy, man. But that's what's up. That's what's up. Sam is that dude. Let me tell you something, Richie. In that game, Sam Darnold was making some throws that I just said there ain't no, like, he been cloned, bro. Brady ain't retired. Nice. I'm telling you, either he been cloned or Brady's been cloned and put on a Sam face. Because I'm telling you, when I was watching that game, I was
better
like,
than Brady.
This man, Richie, I was blown away by the execution of Sam Darnold in that game versus Green Bay. He had one little nasty pick. I understand what he was trying to do there, but it didn't work out. They creeped on him and got him. But outside of that one little interception, man, Richie. Sam Darnold is that dude, bro. He is a different quarterback. And I'm the type of person where if the Dolphins had a chance to get Sam right now, I actually still wouldn't. I would want to see one more season of this. But if this is really, and I'm starting to think it really is him because of the way he's doing it, I don't even know if Minnesota going to be able to keep him next year at the price he's going to be worth. I feel like Sam is having a better resurgence than Baker and Geno did with that team. It's just phenomenal, man. Shout out to Sam Darnold leading the way, doing his thing for his team, man. But that team has everything. I right now have the Chiefs and Vikings as the Super Bowl favorites.
Chiefs and Vikings as Super Bowl. So you're doubling down on the Vikings to beat the Detroit Lions this week?
Yeah, because Detroit's still banged up.
Sunday Night Football, man.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. But here's the thing, too. That Green Bay game was not as close as the score suggested. 27-25.
Same story as last time.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing as last time. It was like they were getting blown out. And in that fourth quarter, they were making a run to come back, but they had already did their, and that's because you get safe, you get in prevent, and at the end of the game when everything on the line, you make plays, you're not even thinking about it, and Green Bay start coming back. But man, oh man, Minnesota dominated that game for 3 quarters like no other. That 25 score from Green Bay was the same as that first game they played earlier in the season. They just, made some plays to get back in the game where they weren't as aggressive. They didn't get their base set up as much. And Green Bay took advantage of that. And the offense took their foot off the gas and they start punting the ball even more, trying to have that clock management and stuff like that. So, and when you really look at it, Green Bay made some plays with like 6 minutes left in the game. I think they may have scored twice. So
what did you learn from Green Bay? Do you see them going on a run at all in the playoffs?
They're a nasty team. They're a team that can pop up and shock you. They are a team that can pop up and shock you. You don't want to see them in the first round. You just got to be better than them to beat them. That's the thing about Green Bay. They are so solid that you just got to be better to beat them. If you're not better, you're not beating them. And guess what? There's only about maybe 5-6 teams in the NFL that's not better. So you got to come with your A game. Unfortunately for them, they won't have a seed in which they get to play one of those other 26 teams that's not better than them. So Green Bay is a great team, solid team. But Flores had Jordan Love's number yesterday. He kept taking sacks. They were turning the ball over. And at the end of the day, KOC and Flores combination is Green Bay can't keep up with it. LaFleur, them guys, they can't keep up with it. They don't have what it takes, that roster.
Interesting stuff. Now, there is a tweet right now I wanted to put on the screen from Peter Schrager that I'm curious to get your thoughts of. The MVP will be an AFC quarterback debate. My take, there's been no better QB in the NFC this season than this man. So basically he's saying, listen, Sam is not going to win MVP. It's going to be Lamar or Josh Allen. But is Sam Darnold the best quarterback in the NFC conference?
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Uh, Jared Goff's right there with him though. The one person I don't really look up Jared Goff's numbers. I'm about to do that now, and it's not just all about numbers, but we know Jared Goff is one. We know Jared Goff has thrown 10 picks this year. How many picks Sam Darnold got?
I think like 12, maybe 13.
33 touchdowns. Yeah, I think Jordan Love's right there with him. He's been right there with him. And I think it's very identical when you look at the numbers. And not Jordan Love, but Jared Goff. He even plays tonight. And yeah, I say that they're neck and neck.
Interesting stuff. So, folks, hit the like button. We're talking about the Packers and Vikings live on Wake Up and Ball on Roundtable Sports Network. We have a lot of fun things to come your way on Roundtable Sports Network for the playoffs. That's kicking off next week, man. Yeah, we're excited about it.
And I'll even say this, Richie, if Jared Goff didn't have that stinker versus the Houston Texans with those 5 picks, he would be in the MVP conversation.
Interesting.
That game is just so brutal. I mean,
so there's another game I wanted to get into next, which had playoff implications, had a phenomenal end. Was this Broncos Bengals game? I mean, let's be honest. Joe Burrow's the MVP. If his team was winning, I mean, well, the numbers he's putting up is staggering. Joe Burrow lighting up the league, 400 plus yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns. T. Higgins having his just absolute demolishing the Broncos secondary, who's one of the best in the league. I mean, so educate me on this playoff race now. I know that the Bengals and the Broncos and the Dolphins are the 3 remaining. In order for the Dolphins to get in, they need to win and the Broncos need to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Bengals win, does that still give the edge to the Dolphins?
Yeah.
So all you need is a Broncos L and a Dolphins win.
That's it.
And the Bengals need a Broncos and a Dolphins loss.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a path for the Bengals to make the playoffs if the Broncos and the Dolphins lose.
Broncos just need a win.
And they're in.
Yeah, if they lose, that's it for them. Wait.
No, if they lose and the Dolphins and Bengals lose.
Yeah. Or 2 losses by both teams.
Wow. So I think that it's going to be interesting. We all know the Broncos are taking on the backups of the Chiefs. And who the Bengals got? Which team in the AFC North?
Pittsburgh.
And
that's one of the first games on Saturday. I already know what's going to happen.
So what's your thoughts of this, man? Joe Burrow out there playing MVP football, and he has a chance to win, go to the playoffs, but he does not control his own destiny. He can go out there, put up 7 touchdowns, and beat up on the Steelers, but he still may not make the playoffs because he needs to root for the Jets and the Chiefs.
Let me tell you something, Richie. If Joe Burrow get in these playoffs, scrap it all. He the MVP, bro. If Joe Burrow get in the playoffs, let's be honest here. There's only one knock. Like, if this man had 11 wins a few weeks ago, he would have already, this whole debate with Lamar and Josh Allen wouldn't exist. Joe Burrow would be the MVP. If that man gets in the playoffs, you can say he single-handedly put the team on his back and drug him in anyway. And guess what? Who would be the most dangerous team in the AFC? Nobody want to see the Bengals. That's the crazy part about it. No team really want to face the Bengals. Even if they could beat them, they don't want to face them. If that man gets in the playoffs, he should be the MVP because he has had the best season. It's just that, we're always going to factor in team success. We're always going to factor that in. And look, he's on trajectory, whether he gets in or not, to have a winning season, by the way. Look at this, man. Yeah, we already know the rushing is going to be skewed to Josh Allen, but look what this man doing in the pocket, Richie. It's insane. He going to end up with 45 touchdowns probably?
That is unbelievable, man. I think Joe Burrow's having the best season for a losing team I've ever seen. How is that possible? They're 8-8, man. I know why, right? We watched the games. We know the context behind it, but it's just really unbelievable, man. It really, really is. And it's crazy. You could argue the 4 best quarterbacks in the NFL, all in the AFC.
Yeah, man. Tua, Burrow. That was a joke, people. But yeah, man, you got to give it up to what they're doing. But it's gonna be all week. It's gonna be speculation of what's gonna happen. In my opinion, Richie, Bengals are gonna win.
So who's more talented, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
What'd you just say?
Joe Burrow.
You said Joe Burrow's more talented than Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's more talented.
That's a change of energy.
No, it's not a change of energy.
Yeah. You said Josh Allen's the most talented quarterback you've ever seen.
No, I say he was more talented than Patrick Mahomes because Josh Allen is not more talented than Lamar Jackson either. See?
Oh my gosh.
Josh Allen. No.
All right, so rank your top 5 most talented quarterbacks in the NFL today, 1 through 5.
Most talented quarterbacks in the NFL: Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Okay.
You just contradicted yourself again.
No, I didn't.
You just said Joe Burrow is more talented, and now you have Josh Allen over him.
No, we already know he's first. I'm going after him.
You said Lamar first.
No, okay. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
Wait. TD, do you realize you just what you just did?
No.
I asked you who's more talented, Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. You said Joe Burrow's more talented. Yes, and then I asked you, all right, rank your top 5. You said Lamar Jackson 1, Josh Allen 2. Josh Allen's ahead of him.
No. Because I thought you automatically assumed I have Joe Burrow number 1.
No, you said Lamar's 1. Just
Lamar
now. Those are your words.
Lamar is better than Josh Allen. Listen,
but you said Burrow's number 1.
I get what you're saying now. Let me give you my order. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is ahead of Lamar Jackson in talent.
Yes, and I'm going to explain why, okay? Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and the 5th quarterback in the NFL, I have to give it to most talented.
Wow, dude.
What? Am I missing? What? I got to think about the 5th one, Rich.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you have. I know people
Can I explain it?
I think the disrespect you have to Mahomes is staggering. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I know people be like, oh, here goes Richie again. Yeah, talent. Why are we pretending Mahomes is not the craziest talent?
Okay.
Like what does Joe Burrow do? I don't even want to get into this debate, bro, because you make my brain hurt.
No. First of all, let me ask you a question. Who's the best passer of them all?
Pure passer?
Pure passer.
And what metric? Just pocket passer?
Pick whatever one you want. No. I'm not talking about just the improvisation. Pure pocket passer. Like, who's the best one of them
Pocket passer? I think Joe Burrow.
And here's why. Because
number 2 is Mahomes, by the way, behind him.
Yeah, I agree. Now,
which makes him more talented than Joe Burrow.
Here's why I rank it the way I do. No, which is false, by the way.
How do you have Mahomes, the 4th talented? I don't get what do these quarterbacks do?
You won't even let me explain, Richie.
First of all, you keep flip-flopping, so I can't take these rankings seriously.
I'm not.
Joe Burrow was never in these lists a week or two ago.
I'm not flip-flopping. Here's why. Because Joe Burrow's talent throwing the football is so superior. It's like the literal 10 out of 10 for me. Okay? Nobody else in the NFL has that. That's just talent. He can make every throw, clutch, everything, right? That's Joe Burrow. Then number 2, Lamar Jackson. His passing talent is like an 8 out of 10 to me, even though it's getting better, right? But then his mobility adds points to me that puts him somewhere like 9.6 on my scale. Then whenever I have Josh Allen, same situation where his passing is actually like a 8.5 to me, but his overall running talent puts him at like a 9.5 to me, just under. Mahomes, again, this is just a matter of how you think of Mahomes in the pocket as a passer. He's not as elite as you think, okay? To me, Mahomes is pretty much an 8. I think he's an 8 just like Lamar in the pocket.
What?
But yeah, I'm telling you, it's just the improvisational out of the pocket and the stuff he does that make y'all think it's that much better. Mahomes is not as great. Mahomes ain't as great of a passer as y'all think.
Oh my
He's
God.
just not. So, you always had Tyreek flying and all of that, and then you start.
You want to stop bringing up Tyreek, bro? He proved last year you don't need no Tyreek.
No,
stop bringing up no Tyreek.
I'm not talking about the fact he need him. I'm talking about when his numbers were at his peak. I'm talking about when his numbers were at their peak. And then teams start playing that too high safety. Even he admitted, I'll always look for the big play. I had to adjust. It was a struggle. That's why his numbers have been lower. He's not the best of processors, even in the too high and all of that, cooking like that. He cooks off of improvisational and stuff. I just think that overall he's fourth on my list from a talent standpoint. But Joe Burrow is so superior over all of these guys in passing the football that he makes up for the mobility. He don't even need it. That's why I always say with Tua don't have a superpower. But his thing that he is good at, his accuracy, he got to be perfect. People say, oh, you always getting on Tua. You want him to be perfect. Because the only way we're going to win is if he's perfect. That's what it's going to take. But Joe Burrow is that in the pocket to me. He is that in the pocket to me. So that's why I feel like that.
Yeah.
Just say, Rich.
Oh, my God. It's like you make me have to go out here and actually talk about Patrick Mahomes, and it makes me sound like this guy that just loves him and inflates him, and like the disrespect is just so beyond comprehension to me that you're putting him fourth. Fourth?
That's not disrespectful.
Yes, it is, dude. Bro, we're talking about, in my opinion, the best talent of this generation at the quarterback position. And if that sounds like, how is that not the case here? That's crazy,
You're living off of the first 3-4 years of Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not. I'm living off of last year. What was the narrative last year? That Patrick Mahomes has the number one leading wide receiver in corps of drops. They're going to be done. And what does he do in the playoffs? Levels up his game to an absolutely other level and carries his team and makes the plays in the clutch, improv after improv, in the pocket after in the pocket, rolling to his right, picking up yards with his legs, athleticism, throwing while he's like perpendicular with the earth. I mean, this guy's like a shortstop out there doing things we've never seen before, carrying his team to the freaking Super Bowl and winning his third ring.
You're talking about team success.
I'm talking about talent. That is talent, bro. When I look at a quarterback, I look at how can you elevate your game. Do you have that championship DNA? As much as I love Lamar Jackson, he has not proven to me he's more talented than Mahomes, because Mahomes as a passer is still miles better than Lamar Jackson to this point. And Lamar's better than him mobility and athleticism, but you're still discrediting Mahomes' athleticism and mobility. Okay?
No,
yeah, you are. Mahomes is all about finesse. He picks up those first downs with his legs with ease whenever he needs to. He can juke people out.
This is the part where you get it wrong. You actually think Mahomes has a better mobility than Lamar and Josh Allen.
No, I never said. Okay, you just put words in my mouth. I literally just said Lamar has better mobility than Mahomes. I just said that.
And Josh Allen doesn't?
And Josh Allen does as well.
Okay, so they have.
You're putting words in my mouth.
They have,
but Lamar has more arm talent than both of them. Mahomes has the arm talent over both of them.
Richie, you know what it is. You said Lamar, man.
Mahomes has the arm talent over both of them, bro. On the run, and that's not to discredit them. And I feel like when I say that, people get in their feelings like, oh, what do you mean Josh Allen Lamar can do this? I'm not saying that he's miles better, but he's better. I've seen him do it. Do you know where I evaluate, in my opinion, talent? When the pressure's at its peak. In the biggest moments, in the clutch, can you make those big time throws? Can you do the thing where you feel like you're down and you're absolutely feels like the world is against you and you should be losing this game, but you still figure out ways to make plays for your team, pick up the first down with your legs, put up the ball for your playmakers to make up plays? I'm sorry. Am I the only one that's been watching the NFL the last 5 years? That's been watching Mahomes do these things?
Josh Allen and Lamar does that every week. And by the way,
I'm talking about in the biggest moments.
I didn't say they had better arm talent than Patrick Mahomes, by the way.
I'm talking about the biggest moments, bro. As much as I love Lamar Jackson, he has not done it in the biggest moments. Josh Allen, he's done it in the biggest moments, but the team around him has failed him in the playoffs. Mahomes is the most consistent talent in this league that steps up when it matters the most. Let me know when the Mahomes has failed. Remind me where he's failed.
His team is the most consistent. You want to know when
See, that's what you do. You and everybody else discredit the talent of Mahomes by just saying it's his team, and you completely take away what he's done as an individual. And that's where you're wrong, in my opinion.
All I know is
you completely discredit what the quarterback needs to do, the responsibility of the quarterback, and say it's all his coach, it's all the washed-up Travis Kelce, it's all the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and Mahomes gets no credit. On the other side of things, you give all the credit to Lamar, you give all the credit to all these quarterbacks, but for Mahomes, it's not him. He gets no credit for him making the throws, him recognizing the defenses, him making the checks at the line of scrimmage, him processing. Yes, he does, bro. Absolutely does. That's what champions do.
I still remember the Super Bowl where Damian Williams should have been the MVP, and they gave it to Mahomes. He didn't even have a great game. Didn't even have a great game.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because he doesn't always show up.
I just don't get, like, what do you have against, what does the world have? Is it the Taylor Swift now? Like, is it that you can't stand somebody having 3 rings? Like, I'm someone that respects greatness, bro. This is a 3-time champion, not for a reason, bro. Do you think, like, he's just sitting there and, like, you think any quarterback on the Chiefs has 3 rings in the league? You put any QB, you put Baker Mayfield on the Chiefs, they have 3 rings.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, you are so you're a definition of a Mahomes hater.
Baker can Flacco that thing with the Chiefs.
Oh my God, no, he does not have the Mahomes magic, the finesse, the clutch gene.
Man,
you're completely discrediting everybody. You have the fatigue. You have that. You're so sick of that team. You're sick of Mahomes, and I gotta be the one that has to embody, I guess, a villain arc of being the only one that defends this team because the whole NFL world is sick of them. I don't care. You guys can call me a Mahomes fan, a Chiefs fan. I'm not a fan of them. I'm a Jets fan that respects greatness. And I can't stand that you guys discrediting that man. I can't.
I do respect greatness.
No, you don't.
I respect Andy Reid. I respect those top defenses.
You're giving Mahomes zero credit for the job that he's done in the playoffs and win championships.
Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes, stop it, Richie. This man got Andy Reid in the top defense. He's great, Richie. He has magic, mojo, pixie dust. But that ain't the argument. Y'all always run to the playoff success. That's not the argument. That's not the argument. I know that Patrick Mahomes is a better passer than those two. But overall, man, I think I think you over glorify Patrick Mahomes' mobility and what he could do with his legs. A lot of it is behind the line of scrimmage improvisational. Those guys can go get it. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes can run 7 yards, put his hand out, and get the first.
How many times have you seen that?
Yeah, a lot. But he ain't out here taking the game over, punching it in the end zone himself like that. No, he's not. It's a different way to look at it. I'm not talking about the mobile quarterback that can get 20 yards a game. We talk about these guys out here getting 50, 60. Putting the team on their back, rushing in the end zone and everything. That ain't Mahomes. As a matter of fact, he'd rather run around behind the line of scrimmage to find somebody. Them guys go get it, man.
So you're saying his 105.8 passer rating, 41 touchdowns, 41 touchdowns at 8 interceptions in the playoffs is all Andy Reid?
No, not at all.
Mahomes gets no credit for all that?
Yes, he gets a large portion of the credit.
I'm not saying Andy Reid deserves some credit here, a lot of it. But in my opinion, the Mahomes haters and the Chiefs haters are so tired of them being great. They want to see a new champion. They want to see somebody else hold up the Lombardi because they're sick and tired of seeing the same team over and over doing it, just like we saw the New England Patriots do it. Everybody hated Tom Brady and the Patriots besides Patriots fans. Nobody wanted to see it. They blamed them for cheating, all these things, and now we're seeing a new dynasty come, and we're figuring out ways to discredit Mahomes' greatness. That's all I'm saying. If I got to be the villain to defend that man, I will, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous for you and everybody else to discredit the greatness that he is and completely just taking away all the things that he does that elevates his team to win championships.
Crazy. It's not discrediting him saying he's the fourth most talented quarterback in the NFL.
He's the most talented player in the league at that position.
No,
yes, he is.
He's not the most talented.
Yes, he is.
Patrick Mahomes is great, but he's not the most talented.
He's the greatest and the most talented.
He's the greatest in the NFL, but he is not the most talented.
I feel like people just look over how hard it is to win a Super Bowl in this league. It's so hard.
It's very hard.
It's terribly difficult.
Yeah,
you're comparing. And listen, I don't want to make it seem like it's just Super Bowls, but if Mahomes had one Super Bowl and the others had zero, okay, he's 3, bro. 3, and they all have 0.
This is all about the Super Bowl.
I evaluate talent in the biggest moments. Let me know. Okay, Joe Burrow had a chance to win it, and he didn't. Let me know when Lamar can go out there and win the biggest moments to go win the Super Bowl. Let me know when Josh Allen can go out there and win the Super Bowl. Lamar and Josh Allen have a chance this season to do that, okay?
I'm glad you said that, Richie. And since you want to say that, don't you ever in your life again tell me LeBron James better than Michael Jordan. Don't you ever in your life again say that. Don't ever say that again.
I say he's all-around better player. Career-wise, Jordan's better.
Oh, more talented, Richie?
From a killer standpoint, we don't got to go. Why do you always got to pivot to this?
No, because the hypocrisy is real, man.
No, I'm talking about pure talent. Nope. It's not hypocrisy at all. It's my opinion. I don't think it's a fact that LeBron's better. I don't. That's a difference. It's just my personal opinion. That's the thing. But there's a fact that Mahomes. Come on now.
Listen, okay. All right.
My point is, all I'm saying is everybody that clowns the Chiefs and stuff, I really just think it's a pure discredit to Mahomes. Saying it's the defense and it's Andy Reid. How come all these league best defenses in the league don't win the Super Bowl every year?
Because they have everything they need in that system. And that defense has been top 5.
Who's the best defense in the league this year?
Well, you know what? The Chiefs are in the top 5.
Whoever has the best defense should win the Super Bowl this year, right?
I mean, with a combination of a great quarterback and all of that, yeah. Yeah. So, hey, that's why I say Minnesota may be the favorites with the Chiefs. That's why I got both of them going to the Super Bowl.
So you're just a giant flip-flopper because I remember I asked you this question. Who's the more rank your talented quarterbacks? Your original ranking was Lamar.
No.
No. Your original ranking a few weeks ago was Lamar Jackson number 1, Josh Allen number 2, and Patrick Mahomes number 3. And now all of a sudden, Joe Burrow just leapfrogs everybody.
Joe Burrow better than Patrick Mahomes.
You didn't have him there when we first talked about this. Now all of a sudden,
you know what, Richie? How about this? Let's use your same argument against you. Joe Burrow is the only man that took Patrick Mahomes down in that playoffs and sat him down. Sat him down in the playoffs.
Congratulations.
He's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Why couldn't Patrick Mahomes get over that hump? Huh? Why couldn't he get over the hump?
He's gotten over the hump many times around that.
Not against Burrow, he can't touch Burrow.
Oh, he can. Let me know. Also, let me know this. Let me know when any of those 3 quarterbacks that you mentioned have one singular better season than one of Patrick Mahomes' MVP seasons. You come back to me when Joe Burrow or Lamar or Josh Allen has one singular season as great as Patrick Mahomes.
That Tyreek Hill year.
See, this is what I mean. You discredit everything. Who does Joe Burrow have around him? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
With the worst O-line in the NFL.
See what I mean? You keep adding context to prove your point when I just bring you objective evidence and facts.
Context matters.
Let me know when someone brings 50 passing touchdowns in a season, bro.
Come on, man.
You keep discrediting that man. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen has never had a season to match Mahomes's. They haven't.
Let's not act like the Zebras ain't in their pocket too now.
Here we go. Conspiracy theorist.
Now it's a conspiracy. Don't act like the Zebras ain't been there for them.
The Zebras are out there for every other team. They have bad calls across the league. People just want to pick a reason to discredit everything the Chiefs do.
Let me tell you something about the Chiefs. Richie. The one thing I know about the Zebras, a minute left in the game, Patrick Mahomes got to go down there and win the game. You want to know the one thing that I know that's a fact for the Chiefs? That offensive line for the Chiefs hold on every play, and the refs, I don't see nothing. Hey, this the comeback. Like every time I see the Chiefs play football in a critical moment, there's like some egregious holding with the O-line, and the ref just, I don't know what you're talking about. That's the one thing I notice about the Chiefs. The refs will never call a holding penalty late in the game. They'll let Patrick Mahomes run around, get away with everything, and the O-line just tugging and like tackling people to the ground. Never call a penalty. And I think we all know that, Richie. We all know that. Every game there's film of, and this ain't a egregious hold. Never call it, man. We already know the fix has always been in for the Chiefs, man.
All right. The refs, man, if you really want to go down that path and just say the Zebras are the reason for it, then yeah, sure.
They're not the only reason, but he gets a little bit of help there, Richie.
All right, man. The refs have bad call. That's my point, man. You can say all that you want, but I watch all the NFL games, and the refs have bad calls across the entire league. And also, I've seen bad calls go against the Chiefs that people just want to delete from their brain so it doesn't fit the narrative.
Stop, Richie. Man, them refs get a check from Arrowhead every year. Stop it.
I hate when people like you have to push a narrative like that. That's just like feeding.
No. But hold on, Richie. All jokes aside, everybody knows this, Richie. Like we be watching this. Like
I know, but people delete from their brains when calls go against them. I remember watching that Chiefs-Bengals game, for example, early on in the season. There's a penalty that goes against the Chiefs, right?
Listen,
and nobody talks about it. And then the next play after that, it was a pass interference on the Bengals, which benefited the Chiefs, and then they end up winning. But we forget about the penalty that they called on the Chiefs because it fits the narrative. That's my point. People delete things from their brain in order to fit narratives. I've unlocked the truth of this league, man. I get it now. I remember that. I was watching that game, and I'm like, watch, people are going to forget about that call, and they're only going to talk about that call, and I was right.
No,
go watch that. That's one example.
Richie, they be selling it, man. They be like, hey, they own to us. We got to call something on the Chiefs, but we'll give it back.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just whatever fits the narrative.
Listen, I'm not gonna blame the Zebras in real talk, but man,
you just did.
Yeah, I did. But come on, man. Some things you can't ignore. I'm just saying, you can't ignore some things.
I know. Listen, and what my point is about the Zebras is they have bad calls throughout the league. It's not just in Chiefs games. They have bad calls that benefit the Bills. They have calls that hurt the Bills. They got calls that hurt the Jets, and they got calls that benefit the Jets. And some calls maybe be favorable in other situations. That's just my point. The refs, objectively, stink. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, they're
not consistent with calls.
They stink a little bit more for the Chiefs. That's all I'm saying.
All right, yeah. All right, you got me, guys. Mahomes, not deserving of anything. The refs glaze him. And
no, dude, Mahomes is very deserving. But let's get back to the topic at hand.
He's
Joe Burrow clears him. Joe Burrow better than him. That's the one guy you can't use that playoff talk to me about.
No, absolutely I can because he's done it once. I absolutely can.
Hey, it's the only time they got to go up against each other. And Burrow
no, that is no. I've never. Okay, first of all, you're completely twisting it. I've never said head to head. That's you bringing that up. I never said in head to head. You are bringing up head to head. I never said. So don't say in my logic. I never brought up head to head. I'm talking about playoff success and getting the job done.
This is my point, though, Richie. Then why the more talented Mahomes couldn't beat Burrow then?
Because Joe Burrow got him that year. Mahomes has proven that he can get in every other year. He's been to 5 Super Bowls, bro.
Because
Joe Burrow has one Super Bowl appearance.
Because Joe Burrow got more talent than him.
Then how come Joe Burrow has 1 Super Bowl appearance and Mahomes has 5?
The same reason he fighting to get in the playoffs today when he should be the MVP.
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
The team around him.
He got the best weapons around him in the league, arguably.
You act like Joe Burrow ain't holding up his end of the bargain with those weapons. You act like he ain't still doing his thing. It's the defense.
But you can't bring up a head-to-head matchup and prove your point when he's been to uno Super Bowl.
Watch this, Richie.
And that proves your point he's more talented because he's been to 1 Super Bowl compared to 5?
No, I'm going to kill all that right now. Put the Chiefs defense on the Bengals. Man, Burrow have 3 chips right now. Put the Chiefs defense on the Bengals. Burrow have 3 chips.
Yeah? Put Andy Reid on the Panthers. What's Bryce Young looking like?
Bengals too. Hey, you know what? They at least might have 2-3 more wins. So put the Chiefs defense on the Bengals.
Put Andy Reid on the Panthers and the Chiefs defense on the Panthers. Are the Panthers Super Bowl champions with Bryce Young?
Put who?
Andy Reid on the Panthers and the Chiefs' whole defense on the Panthers. Or maybe you just swap Bryce Young for Mahomes on the Chiefs. Are they Super Bowl champions?
Yeah.
First overall pick?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Put Mahomes on the Panthers. No, they ain't winning no Super Bowl. No, I said put Bryce Young. Yeah, but that's my point. Why don't you put Patrick Mahomes, since he's the reason, on the Panthers? No, they ain't winning no Super Bowl.
Cody Rife, Master at Work, was on TD's stream yesterday saying he's coming back next year.
Yeah, we're having he's gonna be back around more like on social media. So yeah, we had a good time, man. He was just trolling us Dolphins as usual.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all coming on into the chat, man. Hit that like button. You guys are interesting. All right.
Man, we got a lot more to talk about, Rich. You gonna dominate the show with this Mahomes better than stop.
I ain't dominating no show. You're the one going out there saying crazy stuff.
Craziness. Stop, Richie, talking this craziness, man. You just lost another debate, Richie. You just took another L. Y'all let them know in the chat who won that one.
First of all, I don't need to hear the chat in order to know who won the debate. I know who won the
I'm just saying, man. Mahomes on the Panthers ain't winning no Super Bowl.
And first of all, by the way, I am aware what I'm doing. You think what I'm saying out here, I'm expecting the chat to agree with me? I'm not afraid to be over here while you're in there with the majority. I'm not afraid to go against the norm, bro.
You ain't scared to be wrong, Richie.
No. I am not afraid. I'm not a puppet to the narrative. I don't just get in line with everybody else. I like to divert myself and actually see the light and see the truth. Okay?
Oh my!
So you can go out there with all the same people with the same narratives and all the same people, while I, divert myself and actually see the truth in the light. That's all I'm gonna say. All right,
man. All right, we'll pick.
I'm not afraid. If I was afraid, I'd be like, yeah, you're right, yeah, and I would be like, okay, I'm scared for people saying bad things about me, so I'm gonna not speak my truth. I'm someone that I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to speak how I believe because I can give two you-know-whats about what people have to say about me. If I cared, I'd be like, yeah, TD, you're right. Yeah, TD, you're right. I'll say what they want me to say, right? I'd be saying the things that they want me to say. Therefore, that's not who I am. And if that gets under your skin, sorry.
You got to hold an L on this one, Richie.
I ain't hold no L, man. I'm going to drink a nice cup of coffee out of my AFC East Roundtable mug.
Where to wake up in ball mug? See, you took another L, Richie. Another L.
What's wrong with the AFC East Roundtable?
We don't wake up in ball right now.
Yeah, but look at this one.
Hey, we'll be there tonight. We'll be there tonight when I tell y'all how the Dolphins are about to get in the playoffs and beat the Bills in the first round.
Oh, boy.
We so back, baby. Oh, we so back. Tyler Huntley, let's go.
Luckily, we stand in your way.
Oh, stop. We don't even talk about that, Richie. See, the same argument. Don't do that.
What do you mean? We stand in your way.
Stop, Richie. Do not do that.
We stand in your way. Folks, if you want to sign up for BetUS Sportsbook, they are the #1 online sportsbook. We have week 18 on the horizon, the final week of the regular season, the final week of the Dolphins season is coming up. So if you guys want to go take advantage of BetUS Sportsbook, go check it out. By the way, who do you have winning the MVP?
Mm. Yeah, I got to see these odds.
Josh Allen is the favorite. I'm going to go out there and say Josh Allen wins the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I already said this last week. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. Right now, everybody's just coasting, little win by you. Nothing spectacular. But they'll give it to Josh Allen at the end of the day. Even though Lamar still should be the MVP. But I am telling you now, man, I don't care what nobody say, Richie. If Joe Burrow get in them playoffs, man, they need to vote for this man.
So why is Josh Allen going to win it over Lamar?
Because they've already tried to justify it 6 weeks ago. And a lot of these voters out here speaking their mind on TV and articles and all that already anointed him. You think they want to backtrack? They even out here trying to justify, well, people need to understand the difference between most valuable and best offensive. No, you out here trying to justify. They already done made their mind up weeks ago. They're not even open to the change. So they're going to give it to them.
So they put this up on the screen during the game yesterday. And I wanted to get your thoughts of it because I find it interesting, right? And I had a lot of Bills fan watching my show yesterday during my live reaction for the Jets and the Bills game. And CBS threw this on the screen. And all I did was read it. Yeah. I read this, and then I had Bills Mafia attack me for just reading what I saw on the screen, saying, Richie, you don't know ball. Richie, you're a hater. I'm like, don't shoot the messenger. This is what the graphics showed. So this is the MVP race. Based off of this graphic that CBS put up, I don't see anything Josh Allen has over him. So why is Josh Allen win the MVP? I ask you, TD Finstock.
Here's the even more insulting piece of it, Richie. When you look at the level of competition that they played, Lamar has played better competition, but everybody just keeps on saying, Chiefs, Lions. Lamar done literally played like 8 different teams is like literally going to be like in the playoffs. Josh Allen, 3 or 4 or something like that. So, like I said, they're automatic. They're going to give it to Josh. They want Josh to win it. And I think this is bigger for the NFL. The more even of a playing field you have with some of these guys and things that you can debate long term, the better the health of the league is. So they'll give it to Josh. Statistically, there ain't a single category to justify it. But for some reason, they feel like Josh, with the win over the Chiefs and the win over the Lions, does it. Even though the Lions were depleted with the most injuries, that was the week it started with the most injuries in the league. They always beat the Chiefs in the regular season like this. And Lamar Jackson has done just as much heroics and putting the team on his back and special plays as Josh Allen. But again, this is what they've already set out for. Josh Allen, if he don't turn the ball over at a high rate in double digits, then we're going to make him the MVP. And just overshadowing what Lamar did this year is a travesty. They don't want to see this man be a 3-time MVP. In a row, right, Richie? It's not. I thought
it would be 2 in a row.
Did he win it last year?
Yeah, it'd be 2 in a row, not 3 in a row.
Who won it the year before that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about that bum.
Aaron Rodgers. Back-to-back MVP. Don't you dare disrespect my man.
They don't want him to get his third, man. I
think it was, or maybe Mahomes won it 2 years ago, and then Rodgers got it 2 years
wrong.
prior.
Yeah, you're wrong. He didn't.
I think it was Mahomes. Yeah, it was Mahomes 2 years ago.
I don't know about that.
And then it was
either.
Rodgers.
You sure? I don't know about that either.
I think so. Let me double check.
2 years
it was Mahomes.
ago?
Yeah. Lamar Jackson last year, Mahomes 2022, Rodgers 21 and 20. Yep. And what are your thoughts of this take? Very interesting take I just saw in the chat. Very, very interesting take from a Dolphins fan. Mahomes at his best was the best I've ever witnessed play. This is my opinion. I could not agree with this more. This is why I think he's the most talented.
Mahomes
at the peak,
at his best, was the best he ever witnessed play.
Yeah.
Y'all done lost y'all mind. Y'all have
Thoughts?
lost it. Stop. You gonna miss
as
out
an individual performance.
individual performance. Tom Brady's season, where he absolutely went off. His best season. Stop it, Brady. That was the best piece of art you've ever seen.
Well, Tom Brady's different.
Well, that's what he said. Ever seen? Unless you 16 in the chat.
That's not what he meant.
Well, that's what you're reading. He said, what did he say?
Well, who's more talented, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers is more talented. Tom Brady is a better player.
At their peak, who is better, Rodgers or Brady?
Tom Brady's better.
Why?
Tom Brady's better.
Why?
What do you mean? At
the peak.
At the peak?
As a player, individual football quarterback.
Tom Brady is better at his peak. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was, what year was it, 2006 or 2007? Brady's best year, in my opinion. Let me look it up.
I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. I'm just asking.
Yeah, 2007, 70% completion, 4,800 yards, 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Yeah, at his peak, Tom Brady was better. Remember, that was 16 games. 17 games,
okay.
He'd have been up 5,100 yards. He would have been.
Let's bring this back. Let's bring this back to the present. Mahomes at his best is better than what I've seen from Josh Allen at his best, Lamar at his best, and Burrow at his best. Correct or false?
I can't say that, Richie.
How? We've seen at this point in our life, could it be different? Could Josh Allen's peak look better in the future? Could Lamar's peak look better in the future? Absolutely. But in this present, Patrick Mahomes' peak is way better than what we've seen from the peak of Burrow, the peak of Josh Allen, the peak of Lamar Jackson. Right or wrong? That has to be an objective yes. I mean, like, how can you debate that?
Wrong.
Wrong. Why? Well, what have I seen from either of those three quarterbacks? Look at him. He's doing some little research. What are you typing in? What are you typing in? What are you trying to see?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right.
I don't know about that one, Richie.
Well, okay. Give me a peak of either of those three quarterbacks. A season, a regular season, a playoff, something.
I mean, Lamar Jackson this year right here. That
doesn't surpass Patrick Mahomes' 50 touchdown MVP season.
It does. Just because he threw like 7 more. No. Back it up.
Bro, he had 50 touchdowns and 5,000 passing yards.
I love because he had four more touchdowns when it's all said and done.
5 in the game blessed played.
And he had Tyreek Hill. Stop it.
You want to use this? You're so hypocritical. Okay, Derrick Henry. Lamar is Derrick Henry. You want to go down this path?
It's a running back.
You want to go down this path? You want to bring up context? I'll bring up context to completely negate your entire argument.
That's not the passing, no, Richie.
So wait. Let me get this straight.
Team success. So that's
no. The threat of Derrick Henry is opening up everything that Lamar's doing.
Stop it.
Yeah, you want to go down this path? I'll go down this path.
I am so glad you said that.
Wait. Let me just back up. Make sure you are loud.
Glad you said that.
I just want to make sure you're loud with this. So you're saying Lamar Jackson this season is better than any Patrick Mahomes season we've seen so far?
Yeah, he's more effective. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Richie,
go on. You can finish the show.
I'm so glad you brought up. I'm so glad you brought up
point of your hate.
I'm so glad you brought up this fake narrative that everybody try to use out here that Derrick Henry is opening it up for Lamar Jackson, the guy who's a running back who can't throw the ball. Derrick Henry ain't the one having the accuracy. Derrick Henry ain't the one throwing the ball, putting it on the money. Derrick Henry, his running and opening up lanes has nothing to do with Lamar Jackson getting the ball from point A to point B. All of this opening it up stuff. At the end of the day, Lamar Jackson has been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL this year. So whether the receivers are more open or less open, Derrick Henry ain't got nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is still delivering the football, which everybody said he couldn't do. You said he couldn't do. So, no, his receiver, he's become more accurate. He's improved his play in that area. It's not like Derrick Henry is the reason why his passing stats have gone up. That's just not the case, man. He's delivering that football at his highest level.
Blasphemy.
It's not, man. It's not blasphemy.
So you're saying with your chest that Lamar Jackson this season is better than any Patrick Mahomes season we've seen. That's what you're saying?
In my opinion, I think so, yeah.
How?
His impact on the game. I mean, it was so easy for Patrick Mahomes when he got the 50 touchdown.
It was so easy for him?
Yeah, fresh and new, still new to the league. Everybody's still trying to figure it out. He out here, Tyreek wide open.
Oh, my gosh.
Running backwards with peace signs, chilling. Just saying, man.
This is the definition of this. You're just trolling at this point. That you're giving all the credit to 50 passing touchdowns to Tyreek Hill. I mean, this is ludicrous, bro. This guy put up 5,000 yards, and you're just like, it's his first year in the league. No one was used to him. He had Tyreek Hill. Bro, it was like, that's ludicrous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's your argument. The man's first year in the league. That's ridiculous. That should be the most impressive thing you've seen. 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. And we're just going to say, oh, it was his first year. No one knew about it. Crazy stuff, bro. We got to move on because we got to end the show because that is absolutely ridiculous that you think Lamar Jackson's season this year is better than what we've seen from Patrick Mahomes' season. But let's end the show because
Richie, I'm just saying, man.
That's the definition of discredit. You just discredited one of the greatest quarterback seasons this league has ever seen.
I don't know about that, Richie. I mean, when you look at
his first year starting, the guy put completely up video game numbers. And we're just going to discredit it because he had Tyreek Hill on his team?
No.
That's what we're doing? We're going to discredit it because his first year ever starting, and this guy goes out there and averages like 300-plus yards a game.
I'm trying.
What stats you trying to bring up to prove a point? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the overall here, Richie. I'm looking at 5,100 yards, that season. Let me see here.
5,100 yards.
Yeah, plus 5,100 plus. When you look at the rushing, another 270 something. So about 5,400 yards is what I'm looking at overall that year. And when I look at Lamar Jackson this year and you put it all together and what he's on pace for, he might end up with more all-purpose yards.
In an extra game?
Well, yeah. Well,
the stats right now that Lamar has is 16 games like Mahomes.
Yeah, but
so look at the numbers that Lamar has. Yeah, and look at that. That's it. That's how you can compare it because whatever Lamar does, it's an extra game.
But regardless, Lamar might end up with about 5,500 yards all purpose.
What do you mean might end up? I'm talking
because he got one more game.
And my point is, Lamar's played 16 games, and Mahomes that season played 16 games. So you can't add an extra game to this.
But when you add it all up, Lamar's over 5,000.
5,000 passing yards. I don't care about no rushing yards.
I get that, but that's the problem. We're arguing two different things. You're not looking at the holistic picture of the quarterback. That's the problem.
I am. 5,000 passing yards and 50 passing touchdowns is way ahead of whatever Lamar's doing this year.
No, if you look at the holistic thing, it ain't that far off. And on top of it, Mahomes threw 12 interceptions that year. Lamar got 4. He threw 12 interceptions, Richie.
5,000 passing yards. 50 touchdowns. How many times have we seen that?
If you want to say just passing, okay, Mahomes, clearly.
Have a QB through for 5,000.
I thought we were talking about all together the quarterback who's had a better year. If we're gonna take away rushing, if we're gonna remove rushing,
there's only two quarterbacks in NFL history to put up that stat number: 5,000 passing yards and 50 touchdowns. Only two in NFL history.
Yeah, Brady and Mahomes.
Not Brady.
Right? It wasn't Brady. I thought Brady had 5,050. He didn't?
Maybe not. I said 50 passing touchdowns and 5,000 yards.
You're right, because Brady had 43 touchdowns that year, I think, in Tampa. But again, if we're just going off of passing.
Come on, who is it? Who's it going to be?
If we're just going off of passing, then okay.
No, we're going off quarterback. We're going off the season.
Then why do you take away rushing?
I'm not taking away rushing. Even add the rushing, Mahomes still clears him in yards and touchdowns.
No, he doesn't clear him in yards, Richie.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't, Richie. He doesn't clear him.
Yeah, he does. Do the math.
He doesn't, Richie.
He has more yards. What are we doing?
He got
Do the math.
What?
Want me to add it for you?
5,300?
Yeah, 5,300.
And what's
okay,
Lamar?
let's do the math.
What's Lamar?
Want me to do the math? I'll do it right now.
Go ahead.
3,955 plus 852, 4,800.
4,800. So we're talking about a 400-yard difference?
Yeah.
12 interceptions, Richie? Versus 4?
You're ridiculous, dude. Mahomes clears them at everything, bro.
12 interceptions versus 4? He turned the ball over more.
Dude, I'm sorry. And this is my debate even with the Lamar versus Josh Allen debate this season. I value a quarterback passing more than rushing. And the fact that Lamar Jackson has 39 passing touchdowns this season compared to Josh Allen's, 28, in my opinion, is a little bit more impressive than Josh Allen getting these little 1-yard rushing touchdowns, in my opinion.
Hold on. He got 39 passing, Lamar?
Yes.
And 4 rushing?
Yes.
All right. So here's my thing, Richie. Who had the better team?
Oh, yeah, by the way, who won Super Bowls?
Didn't answer. Oh, here we go. Back to that. Okay.
Lamar has a pretty good team right now. He's got one of the greatest coaches.
Was it better than that? Was it better than that Chiefs team?
Could be if they win the Super Bowl this year.
No. They still wouldn't be better than that Chiefs team.
Why not?
Name the Hall of Famers on Baltimore.
Why are we discrediting also this context? You want to add context? How many years have Lamar Jackson been in the league?
Same amount of time as Josh Allen, right?
Yeah, this season we're comparing. That was Mahomes' first year ever starting.
Wait.
And he threw for 50 and 5,000. I mean, you can keep looking up numbers and try to discredit that season. He did something we've only seen once in NFL history, and that was Peyton Manning, the most gunslinging quarterback we've ever seen, who does not care. Throws all over the place. I mean, Manning, how many picks did he have that season? He probably had like a lot, knowing Peyton Manning. So that's my point, man. 7 years of experience. Lamar Jackson put up this number. We have not seen a season out of Lamar, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow that matches what Mahomes has done once yet. And until that happens, then I will bow down.
Patrick Mahomes inherited a team that was already Super Bowl caliber.
Okay, how come Alex Smith didn't put up 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards and win a Super Bowl?
Well, when you actually think about it, Alex Smith put up in 15 games, and remember, this is Alex Smith. Before they had Tyreek and those guys, 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and only 15 games.
So where was Alex Smith's MVP in Super Bowl?
Yeah, of course. Well. I mean, with Andy Reid, Alex Smith went to 3 Pro Bowls.
Okay, I'll ask you
comeback player of the
Where
year.
was Alex Smith's Super Bowls and MVPs under Andy Reid?
What do you mean?
I'm asking a question. If it's all Andy Reid and all his wizardry, where's the Super Bowl champion?
That's when they got Travis Kelce.
That's called moving the goalpost. That fits your narrative.
Listen,
yeah, it is, bro.
When did Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill go to? When did the Chiefs get Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill?
Well, Alex Smith was at the end of his career.
At the end of his career, I believe it was somewhere around 2017, and that was his best season as a pro.
And did he go to the Super Bowl?
Best season as a pro.
Did he go to the Super Bowl?
No,
Did he win
the
MVP?
the team was fresh and young. And then the next year, Alex Smith only played 10 games because he was getting hurt. Then he didn't play 2019 at all, obviously, because the Mahomes coming in. So Richie, I'm sorry, man, but the timeline fits. They built that team just to drop Patrick Mahomes in on top, just like a cherry on top.
So you're going to sit here and tell me that Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow, they've all had a season that matches or exceeds Mahomes in career?
No, I didn't say all of them, no. I just think what Lamar doing this year is just as special.
And I still don't get the evidence that backs that statement, but let's move on. We got to end this
show.
Doing
what he's doing with less turnovers?
50 passing touchdowns. You're just throwing that out because he's just Tyreek Hill. That's what you're doing.
Know what? Richie, this will be settled in the playoffs, brother.
No, it won't. We're talking about history.
This will be settled in the playoffs this year.
We're talking about history. Whatever happens this year does not change this specific argument that we're talking about right now.
It will.
No, it won't.
It will.
This specific argument, there's other arguments that maybe you're right, but this one that we're talking about, no. Playoffs is not going to change anything.
Baltimore are going to take them down in the playoffs.
And what if they do? Guess what? Lamar's going to have to do it again next year. The year after that.
He would have eliminated the great Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. And guess what? He's going to have to do it again and again before he can get on that level. And if you think that's just like, how are you going to discredit that?
Listen.
Mahomes has been to 5. If Lamar gets to 1, do you know what math is? 5 Super Bowl appearances compared to 1.
The Chiefs have been to 5.
Correct.
With Mahomes. Andy Reid. All of them together.
You're like allergic to
all right, man. We'll see.
In my opinion, I've always felt this way, Chiefs or not, that the quarterback position is the most important position in sports, and you don't win without a quarterback. And the quarterback reigns supreme no matter what. The never-ending story ever told. If AFC's Roundtable makes an official TD Bills Talk t-shirt, I will pay $50 for it the day it goes up for pre-order. Go AFC's Roundtable. I love you all. Look at that. They want you to have a Bills Talk.
Why would they want? That's crazy. Y'all some trolls, man.
They love you, man. Bills Mafia was trying to convert me over as well. Listen, Lamar has played 100 more snaps, only 200 more yards.
Lamar has played 100 more snaps
over Josh Allen, they're saying.
Are they mean pass attempts or snaps?
Snaps.
So what? Derrick Henry probably got the 300 more carries or something. Like, come on. How many snaps they talking about, Richie?
That Lamar's played 100 more offensive snaps than Josh Allen.
Oh, that mean they punt the ball less.
When talking about these numbers.
Listen, and how many are handoffs?
How many rushing touchdowns, by the way, is Josh Allen to 1 yard line?
Oh, you know what? Hey, you saw that on Sunday? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, they're going to be like, oh, another touchdown, them little 1 yarders. I'm shocked he didn't get in the huddle and be like, Shakur, you ready?
And I'm sorry, I may be on an island as well. Get your thoughts. What do you think is more valuable at the quarterback position? Rushing yards or rushing touchdowns? Depends how long the touchdown is. Like if you get a rushing touchdown from 1 yard or 5 yards.
Rushing yards is more valuable because
Lamar has 852 rushing yards.
Yeah. It shows that you're keeping the sticks moving.
But Josh Allen has you see the total touchdowns.
A rushing touchdown can be skewed, like you said. At the one, bam. At the one, bam.
The total touchdowns is like inflated because of Josh Allen's rushing touchdowns at the 1 yard line. I value passing touchdowns ahead. If I had the rank on a scale.
I don't want to take away from a skill that he has that you're comfortable not handing it off to the running back.
Yeah, quarterback design runs in the red zone. Josh Allen is a threat. That rushing touchdown he had against the Chiefs was electric. Not to take anything away from it when it comes to comparatively speaking and analyzing this, that thing needs to get brought up. Yeah. When Dolphins make playoffs, will you apologize for taking so much crap? And every time TD brought it up, you shot it down immediately, Super Bowl. Yeah, if the Dolphins make the playoffs, of course I'll apologize. I was dead wrong. You guys have a chance. But you won't because you got to get through the Jets. Oh, the Jets. Watch out. In our house.
Richie, Dolphin fans aren't even going to entertain you talk about we need to worry about
Ooh, watch out. The Jets are coming to play spoiler. Ooh, the elite Jets.
Listen.
Tyrod Taylor, you saw that? 2 touchdowns.
If y'all play spoiler, because I'm telling you, Denver losing. If y'all play spoiler with the Dolphins, that is crazy if the Bengals get in. That is wild. What would be the best scenario for the NFL?
If what? The Dolphins get in?
Bengals, Dolphins, or Broncos?
Bengals, 100%.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow gets in there.
Would be insane.
Are Bills fans scared if the Bengals get in, though?
Let me tell you something, Richie. Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, all of them worry about the Bengals, and they know it. They know it.
So the Jets got to win, and the Chiefs got to win, and the Bengals got to win in order for the Bengals to make the playoffs. Damn.
The Jets got to. Well, they ain't making it because the Jets got to win. That's all you need to know.
Are we going to act like the year before Mahomes became the starter, Hill was putting up Hill stats? LaSalle.
You mean a young Tyreek Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't.
He was a great receiver. Of course, he's going to put up stats.
I mean, young Tyreek Hill. I don't know. Yeah, his first season was 2016. He had 61 catches for 593 yards.
And then what did he do with Mahomes?
I definitely went up, but let me see here. Hold on. We can make sure we add context to this because y'all always trying to throw things out of proportion.
Yeah, sure. Like you don't do the same thing.
No, y'all do, Richard. Y'all. Man, Tyreek started one game. He wasn't even a starter. He was the backup doing that.
Yeah,
it was his least amount of targets in the NFL.
Yeah,
and he's 6 touchdowns. Yeah, man, stop.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into business and wrap this up, man. If you guys want to go over to BetUS Sportsbook, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and go after BetUS, the #1 online sportsbook. All right. You see the MVP odds. Josh Allen is the front runner. I think that he is going to win the award. It's at -300. All right, so go check out BetUS, the #1 online sportsbook, folks, to go bet your MVP. Josh Allen will win it. In my opinion, you guys let me know who you will win it. So congratulations to Bills fans of Josh Allen winning his first MVP. Now go out there and go win the Super Bowl, Josh Allen. I'm sure that that's what you really want. All right, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody. And we'll see you guys on the huddle. It's just me and TD again on the huddle. Just me and TD. Dan Mitchell has to travel. So you're stuck with us. You're stuck with us. We'll see you guys later. Peace and love. Any final words, TD?
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Big show this morning. Over 500 viewers. In the sale, just so you know, Tyreek Hill only was 41% of the offensive snaps that year. And he averages about 80. All right. So 41%, not even half, pretty much. All right. So there you have it.
Nice job. All right. See you guys later. Peace. Shout out to BetUS. Thanks for all the super chats.
Joe Burrow.